Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football, breaking down Oklahoma. The Sooners go to spring practice here in a few weeks. We got Jason Ray on the line from Last Word on College Football. Please track him over there with the rest of our friends, Tony Siracusa, Kevin McGuffey, breaking down college football. So check out their work again. Last Word on College Football. Oklahoma at running back, Eric Gray comes in from Tennessee. Certainly not in any way hesitant about making the move with even with Kennedy Brooks coming back and some decent running backs already in play.
Yeah, very much like the quarterback position, Mark. It was a position early on at the end of the year for Oklahoma that wasn't really sure how that would shake out. Ramondre Stevenson obviously went to the NFL. TJ Pledger left, and again it left Oklahoma a little bit bare at the running back position. I mean, I think there was some thoughts that certainly Kennedy Brooks would come back from his, from sitting out this past season, but wasn't quite sure if that would actually happen. So Kennedy Brooks comes, and then to your point, Eric Gray comes very quickly off of, everything that was going on at Tennessee, which now, kind of puts Oklahoma from a position of maybe not necessarily weakness, but not a lot of depth to you have four guys that could play really and pretty much feel comfortable. I think it'll be interesting when spring comes around. What kind of rust does Kennedy Brooks have? Did he stay in shape? Did he work out throughout the year? Obviously, you have to assume there'll be a little bit of rust, just really not being on the football field for a year. But it'll be interesting to see how that happens. Eric Gray looks like somebody who is primed from a skill set to be in Riley's system. Catches the ball really well out of the backfield. Good runner. At 600-700 yards, one of the best running backs in the SEC last year, on a team that really struggled offensively. And then you have Seth McGowan, true freshman last year, played, a little bit out of necessity, especially early in the year. Played well early in the year, kind of disappeared towards the middle, but then the last couple of games, got some more playing time and really played well. Almost had 100 yards rushing and receiving against Florida in the Cotton Bowl. And then Marcus Major is the probably the fourth guy, which is a great position to be in, having a guy like Marcus Major being your fourth string running back. But he's a guy that had about 100 yards rushing against Florida as well. Oklahoma really had their best offensive game all around, probably against Florida in the last game out in the Cotton Bowl. So it'll be interesting to see where those kids, how the mix looks like with those. Is there a little bit of a learning curve for Eric Gray coming to Oklahoma, in terms of just kind of learning the playbook, knowing the offense, Kennedy Brooks, is there any rust there? So it should be an interesting competition in the spring and obviously into the fall as well.
Yeah, Eric Gray rushed for a team that was one of the worst passing offenses in the SEC. So when he was in the backfield, defenses knew to gang up on him. And to your point about him being a decent fit for the passing game in Oklahoma, 30 catches, 2 touchdowns this past season. So he's used to being involved in the passing game.